inside to the sound of clacking heels, I can't help but again feel silly. It's just everything right now. The hair, the pinch of my heels, wearing a bra and makeup. I feel like such a fraud, just waiting to be laughed at for trying to be different. Oscar doesn't take his eyes off me as we shake. I glanced up for a second to see him smiling wider than the Cheshire cat. Does he know?
So, here I am, standing in my mom's workplace cafeteria, dressed as a girl, pretending to be one. I can't tell you just how uneasy the simple task of ordering a coffee makes me right now. I have so much to remember. I have to keep my legs together and sway my hips as I walk. I have to control my hair and manage it like it's real. That's not to mention holding myself correctly and not defaulting to my normal male stance. Joining the line for coffee, I stand with my arms folded. I don't want to look a single person in the eye, just in case they can see past all my makeup and point out who I really am. As I edge closer to the till, I glimpse some guy in a suit looking at me from his table. Instantly, I blush and look away. My heart starts to race and I consider running away. I can do this, I whisper to myself, trying to stop myself from freaking out and hiding in the nearest cupboard. I can do this. You need affirmation to get coffee? A familiar and confident male voice asks from directly behind me, causing me to jump in fright. Instinctively, I look back over my shoulder without thinking. It's Oscar from before, and he makes me jump again like some jittery old lady. Whoa, he says in reaction to my nervous squeal. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm silent as I bashfully look away. Staring at the floor, I start to panic. It won't be polite if I don't talk to him, but I don't want to talk to him. I know I will say something stupid and reveal I'm a boy. We get the amazing chance to intern here, and we both start by getting coffee, huh? Oscar laughs uncomfortably. How are things with your new boss? Is she nice? I look back over my shoulder. She's my mom, I say without thinking. Oh, Oscar responds with a raise of his eyebrows. She is? I bite my lip as I turn my back on him. I knew I'd say something stupid, and there I go, opening my mouth. That's lucky, Oscar says, clearly not wanting the conversation with me to end. You don't know how many sexual favors I had to do to get in as Mr. Goldman's intern. What? I blurt out in shock, turning my entire body to look at him. You didn't! No. He chuckles, pleased he's got my attention. I'm joking. Sorry, I can see that wasn't funny. I'm just nervous. When I get nervous, my filters go out the window. He's nervous. I can feel my heart wanting to beat straight out of my mouth. You're nervous? I question in disbelief. Oscar pulls at the collar of his shirt, trying to open space for his neck. Yeah, he admits, giving me a wry smile. I've never been good at talking to pretty girls. Instantly, my cheeks erupt, and I can feel them burning as I blush. I turn my back to Oscar before he can say anything more to further my embarrassment. I can't believe he just said I'm pretty. Is he blind? Ah, crap. Oscar grumbles at himself, reacting to me spinning around. I'm sorry. That didn't come out how I meant it. Please don't report me. I wasn't trying to come on to you. I just wanted to be friendly, and I think I've overshared. In that time, I made it to the front of the line. My voice cracks like mad as I struggle to do my girl's voice. Eventually, after more awkward silence in Oscar's presence, I get my coffee, make my excuses, and scurry off. Pushing open my mom's office door with my backside, I place her coffee beside her. Standing next to her, she looks up from her laptop and sees I'm still shaking. You okay? Mom asks, leaning back in her chair to look up at me with a smile. I assume by the fact you got coffees that nothing outrageous happened, but that look on your face worries me, Pauline. My eyes light up. That boy, I reply, excited to tell her, called me pretty. Oh? Mom's eyes light up also, keen for the gossip. What boy? Oscar, I reply, flapping my hands. Mr. Goldman's intern. Yeah? Mom grins, taking the lid off her coffee to blow on it. And how are you feeling right now? As the safety of my mom's office allows me to relax, I start talking with my normal voice. Confused, I reply, sipping my coffee. Is it wrong that I kinda like the attention? Why would it be wrong to hear someone finds you attractive? Mom asks, giving me a suspect smile. Is it because it's coming from a boy, maybe? Well, yeah, I reply like it's a stupid question. Try not to overthink it, Mom smirks. Just take the compliment and let's crack on. I need you to go to the copy room and pick up the documents I've just printed. I place my coffee on her desk and start pointing in several directions with both hands, unsure which way to go. It's down the hall, the 7th door on the left. Mom answers, focusing back on her computer screen. No more getting hit on by boys, okay? She jokes. Leaving her office, I feel I've got a newfound confidence, a real bounce in my step. I've never felt so good about myself. It's bizarre. Heading in that direction, I smile at the other office workers as I pass their desks. As I enter the copy room, made evident by the sign on the door, I giggle to myself as more of the male office workers smile back at me than the women. Gathering up the papers with my mother's name in the header, I'm about to leave when Oscar comes tumbling in through the door like a bull in a china shop. He's completely unaware of my existence. He bumps into me as he barges into the room. His larger frame pushes me back without much resistance. As I stumble back, trying to regain my footing in my heels, I throw my arms up into the air, and the papers I'm holding burst into the sky. Like a firework made of A4 paper. We both look up in awe. Oh my goodness, he gushes in apology. I'm so sorry. Trying my best to catch some of the papers from the sky before they hit the ground, I can't help but laugh. That's okay, I reply, pleased I've caught a few without falling over in my heels. No, it's not okay, Oscar sighs. I'm making a real hash of today. Both of us bend down to gather up the remaining sheets of paper. Hey, I'm glad I literally bumped into you again, Oscar says without looking at me. I've been feeling awkward about earlier. Can you forgive me for being so forward? My cheeks start burning as I blush again. Forgive you? I ask, sitting back on my heels to look at him. Nothing to forgive, I explain, tucking hair behind my ear. You gave me a confidence boost, so don't say sorry. Oscar looks up at me, and he's also blushing. It's kinda cute. Yeah? He replies. So, you're not mad? I shake my head and smile. No, I'm not mad. You just caught me off guard is all. I don't get called pretty very often. Don't be so modest, Oscar smirks. I don't believe that for 1 second. It's true, I reply, gathering the remaining sheets of paper on the floor. I'm not your typical girl. Oscar glides his hand across the floor and places it upon mine. Instantly, I want to swipe it away, but I just let him hold it for some reason. With my heart beating like crazy, I look at him as he smiles in my direction. I think I know what you're getting at, Oscar says softly and quietly. I want you to know I think you're incredibly brave. My stomach turns, and I find myself completely out of breath. He knows. He must know. Why else would he say such a thing? Mumbling incoherently, I wobble on my feet as I stand. Unable to look him in the eyes, I snatch the paper from Oscar's hands and bolt for the exit. Like the room is about to explode, I pace away, fearful that everyone knows. Shaking like a leaf as I re-enter Mom's office, I look at the stack of jumbled papers in my hands and want to cry. Paul? Mom asks, instantly reacting to me being an absolute mess. What's happened? He knows! I screech, rushing to get away from the door. I bet everyone is laughing at me. I want to go home. Who and what do they know? Mom asks, unhelpfully laughing at my behavior as I try hiding behind her desk. Oscar! I sob, placing her papers haphazardly on her desk as I throw myself to the floor to hide. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm not a real girl. Oh. Mom chuckles with understanding, sitting beside me on the floor. That's what you're upset about. Yes, that's what I'm freaking out about. I bet everyone knows. I shouldn't have come here. Mom places an arm around my shoulders, and she leans in. No one else knows, she says, trying to comfort me. How does Oscar know, then? I say in frustration. Mom takes her arm from my shoulders and puts her hands in her lap. She begins to say nervously. He came in, just after you left. Shocked, I stare at my mom as she looks down at the floor. My mind jumps to all sorts of conclusions, and I feel a panic attack as my chest tightens. He was worried about you, Mom explains, anxiously fiddling with her fingers. I was a little distracted and may have accidentally told him. Mom! I squeak, bringing my knees to my chest to go fetal. How could you? I'm sorry, honey, she says. He seemed agitated by it, and I knew it made you happy. I wasn't thinking. Unable to think or breathe, I rock myself on the floor. All I can think about is everyone laughing behind my back. Everyone was making fun of me, and Oscar was probably lying to my face. Paul, it's going to be okay, Mom says, calmly trying to embrace me. Like a caged snake, I recoil away from her and scramble to my feet. Why would you do that? I scream, letting the fear control me. Sweetheart, Mom replies, slowly getting to her feet. It's going to be okay. The room starts spinning. I have to get out of here. Unable to concentrate, I stumble towards her door. I have to get out of here.